What's your mother gonna say? Maybe we should tell her before she sees it.
She saw it.
How? I was the first one up. She was still in bed.
She was out here when it cracked.
When?
About 4 in the morning. I woke up, I heard it cracking. So I looked out. She was standing right here when it cracked.
What was she doing out here at 4 in the morning?
I don't know. When it cracked, she ran back in the house and cried in the kitchen.
Did you talk to her?
No, I figured the best thing would be to leave her alone.
She cry hard?
You could hear her right through the floor of my room.
What was she doing out here at that hour? She's dreaming about him again. Walking around at night.
I guess she is.
She's kidding just like after he died. What is the meaning of that?
I don't know the meaning of it, but I know one thing, Dad. We've made a terrible mistake with Mother.
What?
Being dishonest with her? That kind of thing always pays off, and now it's paying off.
What do you mean dishonest?
You know Larry's not coming back, and I know that. So why do we allow her to go on thinking that we believe with her?
What do you want to do? Argue with her?
I don't want to argue with her, but it's time she realizes that nobody believes Larry's coming back anymore. Why shouldn't she dream of him? Walk the nights waiting for him. Do we contradict her? Do we say straight out that we don't have any hope anymore, that we haven't had any hope for years now?
No, you can't say that to her.
We've got to say that to her.
How are you going to prove it? Can you prove it?
For God's sake, 3 years? Nobody comes back after 3 years. It's insane.
Well, to you it is, and to me, but not to her. You can talk yourself blue in the face, but there's no body, there's no grave, so what are you going to do?
Sit down, Dad. I want to talk to you.
Problem is the goddamn newspapers. Every couple of months a new kid shows up, so the next one's got to be Larry.
All right.
So...
Listen to me. You know why I asked Danny here, don't you?
Why?
You know.
I got an idea, but what's the story?
I'm gonna ask her to marry me. Well, don't you say anything.
I'm glad, Chris. It's just... George is calling from Columbus.
Columbus?
Did Annie tell you he was going to see his father today?
No, I don't think she knew anything about it.
Chris, you... Think you know her pretty good?
What kind of a question is that?
I'm just saying... After all these years, George don't go see his father, and suddenly he goes, and she comes here.
Well, what about it?
It's crazy, but it comes to mind. She don't hold nothing against me, does she?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying. Till his last day in court, the man blamed it all on me, and she is his daughter, and she were sent here to find something out.
Why? What is there to find out?
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? What the hell's the matter with you?
How could you do that?
What's the matter with you?
Dad, you killed 21 men.
What? Killed?
You killed them. You murdered them.
How could I kill anybody?
Dad?
I didn't kill anybody.
Then explain it to me. What did you do? Explain it to me or I'll tear you to pieces.
Don't, Chris, don't.
I want to know what you did. Now what did you do?
Look, if
You had 121 cracked engine heads. Now what did you do?
If you're gonna hang me, then
I'm listening. God Almighty, I'm listening.
You were a boy, what could I do? Look, I'm in business, a man in business, all right? 120 cracked, you're out of business. You got a process don't work, you're out of business. You don't know how to operate, they shut you down. You put 40 years into this and they tear you down in 5 minutes, they tear up your contract. What the hell is it to them all? Look, I never thought they'd install them. I swear to God. I thought they'd stop them before anybody took off.
Then why did you ship them out?
By the time they could spot him, I thought I'd have the process going again and show them how much they needed me, but weeks went by and I got no kickback. I was gonna tell them.
Then why didn't you tell them?
It was too late. Paper was all over the front page. I came into the shop with handcuffs. What was I gonna do? Chris, I did this for you. I'm 61 years old. When was I going to get another chance to make something for you? 61 years old, you don't get another chance, do ya?
You even knew they wouldn't hold up in the air.
I didn't say that.
You were going to warn them not to use them.
But it don't mean that.
It means you knew they'd crash.
But it don't mean that.
Then you thought they would crash.
I was afraid, maybe.
Oh, afraid maybe. God in heaven, boys were hanging in the air by those heads, and you knew that.
For you, a business for you.
Oh, for me. Where do you live? Where do you come from? What do you think I was thinking of, the goddamn business? Don't you have a country? Don't you live in the world? What even are you? No animal kills its own. You're not even an animal. What must I do? I ought to tear that tongue out of your mouth. What must I do?
Chris! Hi, Chris.